So let's go ahead, bring up their Inteleon because it does have 200 HP. Bringing everything up, and we are going to go for the gigantic Max Darkness for that big knockout. Let's get it. You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it. Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. This is one of those decks that has been popping off recently, and it's sparked the heavy debate. What's better, Single Strike Urshifu or the new Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike? A lot of people are siding on Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, so I will be going over the deck list and sharing some awesome gameplay today. You know how I always say it, let's get it. So here we have it. We have Single Strike Urshifu VMAX with Umbreon VMAX. So Single Strike Urshifu VMAX coming out in battle styles didn't necessarily get the love a lot of people thought it would get. I know I was an early believer in these decks. I guess I'm a sucker for the big new shiny deck. That being said, once Evolving Skies came out, this deck really turned around. This card is great because Gmax One Blow can not only go through everything, including Zamazenta V's Dauntless Shield and Decidueye's Deep Forest Camo. You do a lot of damage with Gmax One Blow. You could add more damage to that with Single Strike Energy, adding 20 damage at a time for each energy that you attach, and you could accelerate those energies with Houndoom's Single Strike Roar. You do add some damage counters to yourself, but you know what? We like to play like that. You have Umbreon VMAX, which works effectively as a freebie boss with Dark Signal, so you can just bring up whichever Pokemon you like and then hit them hard. Whether using Max Darkness with a few Single Strike energies to knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon V, or you're using Single Strike Urshifu VMAX to knock out one of their VMAX, this deck is well positioned. With Pokemon in the top of the metagame being like Mew VMAX, Shadow Rider, Dragapult, weak to Dark, and then you have other top decks such as Gengar, Eternatus, and Jolteon all weak to fighting. This seems like an ultimate combination. You have great cards like Urn of Vitality to get those Single Strike energies back into your deck. You have access to Tower of Darkness to draw cards. The Single Strike archetype seems to have it all, and it just seems really powerful. It already won my Late Night Series number 15 event, so let's jump into some gameplay to see what this deck can do. So we're gonna call the coin flip. Let's go for good old heads. Yo, we won the coin flip. That's hype. Yes, we'd love to go first. This is really a deck that is great going first. Now, we don't necessarily have the greatest hand, but we do have Houndour, we do have Capture Energy, and we can search for a Crobat with that Quick Ball. So we can make something happen with this hand. Now, I wouldn't mind finding some way to get other cards out there, so we might thin out a little bit. So let's go ahead and go Quick Ball first. I am going to discard Boss's Orders. We want to discard Boss's Orders for the Crobat so we could kind of play more cards down. We could play the Evolution Incense out of our hand. To kind of thin things out, we're going to see what we have available in this deck. We're probably going to go ahead and start off with an Umbreon V. Going first, you could really kind of target their Pokemon down. So let's go for Crobats. Seems great. Our deck doesn't seem to be filled or littered with poor prizing. I am going to fail this search, and I am going to fail this search. We do got to watch out because we do only have the one Umbreon VMAX. Of course, we only play the one Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. We are going to go Capture Energy. Now, Houndours are more important than anything else. The reason why is because they allow us to power up our Pokemon the next turn. So we could put a Single Strike Pokemon down and just basically power it up in the same turn. With two Houndours, if we get two Houndooms out, that's two Single Strike Roars, and then we get attached for our turn. So we are going to use Crobat Vs to hopefully get out an Umbreon V or more Houndour. We did get out the Umbreon V. We are going to use the Great Ball here. Let's see if we could rip another Houndour or something else that's good. You wanna know what? I have no complaints about the Houndoom here. So we're gonna go like that. We have our double Houndoom, we have Switch, we have a way to retreat. Since this is our first turn, we can attack, but there's no reason to retreat. I see a lot of players retreating earlier. If your opponent plays a boss, they just kind of stop that immediately. So we're gonna go ahead here and pass. So the cool thing that we could do next turn is if we get out our Umbreon VMAX, we can go ahead and attack with the Umbreon VMAX and use Dark Signal. So overall, I think we're in a pretty good spot. It looks like we're just going to be able to knock out this Sobble for a freebie prize, or maybe they're going to put down an Inteleon V. I'm honestly not sure what type of deck they're playing yet. So it's a tough one right now, but we will likely find that out relatively quickly. Obviously, it's got to be a Rapid Strike deck, so it could be an Inteleon VMAX deck. It could be a Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck. I don't think it's Sylveon. Sylveon typically does not play Inteleon. We'll have to see how our opponent really plays this one out. So we'll adjust our strategy. Sobble, Urshifu, Inteleon. Okay, so it looks like they're playing a Melanie Urshifu variant. That's cool. So we are going to go ahead and go Houndoom here. I think it's worthwhile for us to retreat here as well. So let's go ahead, retreat, send this up. And let's go like this. Since we are searching for an energy to attach to the Umbreon V and we don't have one yet, I think it's worthwhile for us to not use Single Strike Roar first, so we want to have more energies in our deck. The other thing that we might want to be doing is trying to focus on that Rapid Strike Urshifu V. If we knock that out, we could be in a good spot. This looks like it's just a tech for their deck. I don't know if I really want to lose these cards in our hand, so I'm going to play the Marnie. It's only going to get us 2 less cards from the research, and we do keep more resources in general. If worst comes to worst, we could always attack with Umbreon V. We are a little short to get the knockout on the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, or on the Urshifu V. They have 220. We could do 200 with Max Darkness after getting these energies out. Maybe we're going to go ahead and go Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, pitch that away. We could also just go Tower of Darkness, maybe just rip something out of the deck with this. So you want to, let's go ahead and do that first. We are trying to get a Single Strike energy as well, so let's see if we can get it off the Tower of Darkness. No Single Strike energy, that's fine. We are going to put another Umbreon V down. We could go ahead and take care of their Inteleon V. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea if you ask me. Let's go Capture Energy goes here. Do we want Houndour? I think Houndour might just be the better card for us at this point. Just want to double check the Single Strike energies again. We could grab for a Single Strike Urshifu V. Again, I think Houndour seems good here because we can't ever get it powered up in one go anyways. So let's go ahead, bring up their Inteleon because it does have 200 HP. And let's go for the Single Strike Roar. So far so good. I think we're in a pretty good position where we're able to fully power up. So bringing everything up, and we are going to go for the gigantic Max Darkness for that big knockout. Let's get it. So no complaints here. Maybe we'll get the other Umbreon VMAX from our prize card. I wish I could make this stuff up, peeps. Drawing the Umbreon VMAX out of the prize cards. So nice to have an extra free boss. So now the reason why we knocked out this is so our opponent can't just go double gunner, Rapid Strike, Urshifu VMAX, attack. Right now I think we're in an okay spot. Single Strike Roar would be pretty cool, or Single Strike Scroll of Scorn would be cool right now. But maybe we could just go after their 2 prize card Pokemon. That might be a viable strategy for us. So we can knock out the Crobat, and then maybe if they put another 2 prize card Pokemon, we could put it down there. Priorities would be on a Pokemon that evolves that they put down on their bench. So maybe if they grab another Rapid Strike Urshifu V or something like that, we might decide to go after that. Our opponent also doesn't have an energy to really use Raihan, and they just sent up this Rapid Strike. Or did they retreat? I need to double check. Drew a card, put Passimian on the bench, attached. Yeah, I don't know if I missed it. They evolved into the Drizzle to discard the energy. That's what I was missing. Oh, they have the Melanie. I forgot that Melanie works. So maybe they're going to go ahead and attack our Houndooms and try to take those away. They can't knock out the Houndooms because of Throwing Coach. They're not V Pokemon, so far so good. So they are going to hit both. We are going to go ahead and bring up this Rapid Strike Urshifu V and try to put ourselves 1 turn away. So let's go ahead and let's do this up. So like I said, we're going to take priority onto the Rapid Strike Urshifu V, bringing this up. Let's go ahead here and go for Single Strike Roar. We are going to Single Strike Roar to get that extra energy on the Umbreon, so we're swinging for 220. We are going to go for the Capture Energy here, just to have an extra energy. And let's go ahead and go for this Houndoom. So we have access to another Houndoom. We might as well take that energy out as well. So let's go single strike roar, grab the energy, put it onto the Umbreon. So we're ready to attack with that. And we are going to go ahead and play Marnie. Our opponent has a big hands. It's the only supporter that we have. Let's go ahead and play it. Now we do have the boss's orders for next turn to knock out this Crobat V. So we do have our effective plan. And so far, so good. Let's go ahead. Let's go Max Darkness, 220 damage, gigantic attack, and we're going to put ourselves down to 2 prize cards left. So we've carefully picked off our opponent's Pokemon. It looks like they might be able to get some cheesy prize cards off of us, or maybe they're going to try to free retreat with the Passimian with a Tower of Waters. But so far, we've had a pretty strong hold on this matchup. Now, again, I think our opponent's going to go ahead and focus on quick shooting Inteleon, draw some freebie prize cards, try to set up the game to win next turn. But right now it might be a little bit difficult for them to get that out. I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to work out. They did just play Professor's Research, which means they aren't going to be playing Marnie, which means this boss's orders should just take the dub on us. We should be good to take this game in general, which sounds awesome. We do take those. Now, I don't think they also can knock out I don't think they can knock out the Umbreon VMAX. So it is one of those things where I think, yeah, I don't think they can knock out Umbreon VMAX. Their damage output is capped at Gale Thrust, 30 plus 120. Even if they had extra things, we have 250 HP. I don't think they're going to get there. They could have a 3 prize card turn, or maybe even a 4 prize card turn, but we do take the dub the next turn. This deck is vicious for sure, and they are setting up well. Umbreon VMAX just does a whole bunch of stuff. There's their Rapid Strike energy, and it looks like we're just going to get Gale Thrusted here. I think we'll see how it all plays out, but I think it's just going to be a simple Gale Thrust. There's the Gale Thrust, and we're just going to go ahead and boss's orders to take the dub. So we're going to go well played. We're going to take our boss's orders, bring up the Crobats, and we are going to go ahead and go Max Darkness for the knockout. This deck just showing how powerful it really can be. Well, that's what we got going on for this video today, peeps. Hopefully you enjoyed watching Single Strike Urshifu VMAX in action, between using the Dark Signal ability to rip on just Pokemon V, taking some early prize cards. We also have access to boss's orders, which can just go ahead and steal games. We didn't get to use Single Strike Urshifu V in that matchup, but that's the reason why it plays a smaller line in this deck. It can be better against things such as Gengar VMAX, and it could be better against things such as Jolteon VMAX. But you want to know what? We did not play against those decks, and I could sit around on the ladder all day trying to play against those decks, but you do have to understand Single Strike is the type of deck where you are going to change up the attackers that you use depending on the situation. So keep that in mind while you're playing this deck. I think it's one of the top decks, if not the top deck in the metagame, and really see how it performs. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you back here as I just make more content for our community. I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.